Hi Capricorn, welcome to October 2023 Astrology Horoscope Forecast. Welcome to one of the most important months of the year. This is the month of eclipses. Eclipses are a powerful time of change, opportunity, endings, beginnings, a time to grow, evolve, and be brave. And this month we have eclipses that are there in Libra and in Taurus, and they're both ruled by Venus. So there's a lot of Venusian energy that is there. Focus, of course, is going to be on relationships. The focus is going to be on a tug between trying to maintain our own identity and trying to be one with the others, as to keeping in mind or taking consideration of the other person's feelings. So the solar eclipse, annual solar eclipse, which is there in Libra, is on October 14th. And this is a time where you need to be focusing on self-improvement, self-empowerment, self-confidence, release of people-pleasing tendencies, accepting of chaos as a catalyst, and also raising your relationship standards. Now, Libra has a tendency to prioritize harmony over everything else. So this eclipse is going to be asking you to letting go of anything that no longer serves you any good, and specifically relationships. And it's quite okay to live with a void in your life rather than trying to fill that void with people who do not add any value to your life. The lunar eclipse is going to be there in Taurus towards the end of the month. And this is your fellow earth sign, and this is a time where we are going to be asked to align ourselves with what we know and what we want, so in order to be building a more solid and a sustainable foundation for our lives. And it's a great time to be figuring out our old debts. It's a good time to be getting our finances in order, and it's also a good time to be investing in right people and things, and ultimately to be using this desire for nice things for the betterment of all. Now the eclipse, the effects of the eclipse last for about 6 months or so. So you'll keep experiencing the change of the movement. In fact, we are going to be experiencing some global world events as well. There could be some economic shifts. There could be some change in weather patterns. But overall, it's also a month where we can achieve a lot. Let me break down the month for you. On the 5th, we have Mercury that is moving into Libra, and it is joining Sun and Mars in your house of accolades. This is the house of your career and reputation, and most of the month the focus is going to be there in this house. So there is a lot at stake with Sun being over here, and your life calling is going to become quite apparent during this time, and you're going to be reflecting on your successes and your failures. This is also a time wherein that literally the chickens come home to roost, and this is also a sector which rules with your mother. So it can be your perception of how you feel that your universe treats you depends whether your mother was encouraging of you or whether she was extremely critical of you. It's also a good time to be asking some career questions. Why is it that you're not being rewarded for your work? Or why is it that you're not being recognized for all the hard work that you've put in? Was your primary judging goddess more of a fire and brimstone than a namaste? And you might have to work on your internalized universal mother to feel confident and abundant in the world. To put it very simply, Capricornians, if you have not received that nurturance while growing up, if you have not felt safe, if you have not felt worthy, then this is a time that you need to be doing that for yourself. You need to be taking care of yourself emotionally. You need to be nurturing yourself. You need to be letting your inner child, you need to be making that inner child feel safe and secure, and very importantly, worthy. On the 9th, we have Venus that is there in Virgo, and it is moving into your house of groups of friends. These are the people whom you consider your tribe. They have similar goals and missions and desires as you do. So it could find you a time, that you are quite happy in the community where you stay. Maybe you're collaborating with people. For some of you, you could be deepening your spiritual practice. You could be maybe, traveling long distance with somebody, or you could also be traveling in a group. But overall, it does speak about associating with people in a group who have similar values as we do. On the 13th, we have Mars that is moving into your house of behind the scenes. And this is also the house of family skeletons. This is the house of deep psychological patterns. And Mars is not too happy being over here simply because it's a house of emotional retreat. But Mars could bring about some unsorted deep psychological issues. It could make you sort of stuck in the memory lane. Maybe some old hurts, some old wounds, some old memories surface during this time, and you could just be feeling slightly obsessive about it. In certain cases, you may want to talk a lot about that time. Then on the 14th, we have a biggie. We have a solar eclipse that is there in your house of accomplishment, and this is also the house of your career. So with a new moon in this house, you're being offered an opportunity to invite a new experience into your life. And this is also a time where, if you want to manifest something, you need to be meeting the universe halfway. Great time to be setting your intention as far as your career is concerned. And this is the house in astrology that highlights our career, our public persona, how it is that you're seen, your achievements, your accolades, your professional life, your status, your contribution to the society, authority figures, what occupies your time, what you do, your reputation, industry, and also your legacy. Now, the new moon is going to be bringing about a lot of opportunities for you to start something new, to start creating something big, or something which can get you big rewards. And also you can be assured during this time that what you start during this time will help you get to your goals, and it's opening up a new chapter as far as your occupational story is concerned. And it can also be that something new starts to occupy your mind. It could be a new project, it could be a new member in the team, it could be a change in management, in regulations. And in this house of career and accolades and accomplishment, this is a time where we strive to attain a lot of success. And also this is the place where we are sort of obligated towards society and towards our duties and responsibilities. So it can be that, if things have been stagnant at your workplace, it could be almost like a new lease of life. You could feel quite a renewed energy. There could be, you will find that there are some seeds that are being planted from aspects of this, which can sort of start to grow and branch off. And for a lot of you, this is also going to be signaling an evolution in the role that you play for the world. And a new chapter begins as opportunities here begin to arise as a new moon starts growing in the coming weeks. Try and be on the lookout for new work opportunities. For those of you who have been thinking of changing your career or looking for a new job, project, clients, fabulous time, because new moon will take you closer to a goal, and gaining recognition over something you do or accomplish is also going to be quite heightened during this time. So the questions that you may want to ask yourself with this new moon is that how do you want to be seen in the world, how it is that you want to be remembered, and what steps can you take in order to make that happen. Also, a lot of you could apply for higher positions, you could go for a promotion, you could launch a new product, a service in your business as well. And the new moon in the 10th, it's a wonderful way for you to be looking at ways you can contribute to the society and add to the legacy that you will leave finally. And if you're not really happy in your concerned vocation or work, use this new moon energy to get guidance, maybe seek counseling, get in touch with a consultant, a mentor, maybe an ex-boss, somebody whom you worked with earlier. On the 23rd, we have Sun and Mercury that are moving into your house of groups of friends. So a lot of focus is there between your career and also the community or the groups of friends at large that are there. And you could find yourself either, you are attending conferences or you are being chosen as a speaker. For a lot of you, you could be collaborating, you could be working with people in teams. And then on the 28th, we have the second big news. We have a lunar eclipse that is there in your house of love, romance, creativity, and children. And now we have Jupiter and Uranus that has been there, that is there, and Uranus has been there in the last few years, and Uranus is going to carry on being there in this sector for the next, I think, about 7 to 8 years or so. And Uranus is the wild boy of astrology. It's unpredictable, it's disruptible. So you will find that your relationship with your children is quite unusual during this time. At times it's blow hot, blow cold. But currently we are talking about a lunar eclipse that is over there. And a lunar eclipse in this house can highlight what it is that you're missing out as far as love, romance, and children are concerned. And it's really a creation in a heart-centered house. So it could be shining a light on what you truly desire. It's a time of emotional intensities. So anything that you have kept buried for a long time is going to pop up during this time. It's also a time where people can end up breaking up relationships because it's a very powerful eclipse that is happening right in your love sector. And, you could just suddenly break up with a long-term committed relationship, and you may just start dating somebody whom you've barely known. And also it is going to be bringing up feelings of matters to help you remove all the rest of the stuff that is there. This is for those of you where the relationship has been really steady and solid and committed for quite some time. You could sort of decide to get married, and a time to be reaping the rewards of creative projects that you may have been working on earlier, and a good time wherein that you'll find that your child is sharing their true feelings around it. And if your child has been keeping something from you, then this is a time that you will become aware about you. The best way to be using this lunar eclipse energy is to express yourself in a creative way, and also to be thinking about, how is it that you can heal the childhood wounds. It's also a time to create something, use this energy to create something, maybe a business for some of you. If you've been trying to get pregnant, good time to be doing that. It's a good time to be, working on a passion project. And it's a great time to be putting yourself out, good time to be even sprucing up your dating profile. Again, we need to be keeping in mind that the eclipse energy lasts for about 6 months. So this is not something that is going away quickly. So it will keep opening up as the months come along. So it would be worth your while to be doing in the foundational work of the heart. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Capricornians. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much.